Good day, class. Welcome to another lesson in Unit 3, Formulating a Research Problem. Now let's talk about the last lesson, identifying the significance of a qualitative research topic. So we have already identified and talked about the ways of how to write research problems for qualitative research. Now let's identify the significance of a qualitative research topic. In this lesson, we are going to be discussing important ways that will be applied in your own research studies in the near future. So make sure that you are going to jot down important discussions and questions that may arise during the course of this discussion so that we can cater to them when we have our online classes. Now let's begin with our discussion. To start off, have you ever wondered why there are continuous road construction projects in urban areas? Ngano man jud nga dili mahuman ang mga construction sa kalsada sa tuang lokalidad, sa tuang palibot. Considering that we are in a rural area that is trying to progress, eventually we are going to be categorized as an urban area. So the question is, nganong naa jud permente jud ang road construction projects in urban areas? Now, in this lesson, as we integrate that concept of roads in urban areas to our discussions, our main objective is to cite the benefits and stakeholders of a qualitative research study. Now, here are the effects of the expansion of business operations through acquisition of new brand partners. First, we need to ask the following questions. Who are the possible stakeholders and how are they affected in this particular study? In this example, we are going to talk about the significance of a qualitative research wherein this section in any research paper that describes the importance of the study to its stakeholders is very essential. It is also the basis for the following: the need to address conflicting results from previous research, unresolved gaps in information, recommendations from prior studies, and arising interest trends. This is also helpful in identifying the significance of the research that is provided or providing justifications on why the study needs to be conducted. Now let's identify or define what are stakeholders in research. These are persons, individuals, groups, or organizations that affect or are affected by the conduct of the research. Stakeholders can be identified as people with, take note, influence and interest in a research. Stakeholders may include groups of people that are affected directly or indirectly by the study. Remember that in writing the section on the significance of the study, the contributions of the study to stakeholders who can gain positive effects must be prioritized. In every research study that we venture into, it is always a must that in qualitative research, we always identify who are our stakeholders. What is the significance of this study that will be contributing to the community, to the persons or groups that may benefit from this research study. So that is a very important implication in our qualitative research studies in order for our studies to be more compelling, convincing, and most of all can connect to the specific groups or individuals that are going to be affected, whether directly or indirectly, with the results or findings of our research study. Now here is a very interesting question. How do you identify the benefits and beneficiaries of the study? Let's try to find out. Benefits are defined as the positive impacts of an activity toward a targeted or sometimes untargeted subject. Benefits of the study must be included in the discussion on the significance of the research. While there are costs associated with any research study, a convincing discussion of the benefits of the study would reflect that the benefits would outweigh the costs. Now, it is important to remember that stakeholders are individuals or groups of people that may be positively or negatively affected by the research. Now, let's talk about the beneficiaries of the study. These are the individuals, groups, or organizations that are positively affected by the research. Examples of beneficiaries of the research are the following: the researcher, him or herself, the individuals or groups whose knowledge and awareness about the topic will be increased due to the research, the organization or organizations that will make use of the information in the research study, and the community that may craft policies or enhance their knowledge based on the findings of the study. Therefore, it is very important that we identify these beneficiaries of our study, because not only are we able to help these communities or stakeholders enrich the organization or the community, this could also be a means for us to include in our livelihood ventures, no, be conducting research studies or becoming researchers in order for us to impact our community and organizations, but also make a living for ourselves if we are going to delve into the practical matters or the practical benefits of conducting research studies. Now, here's a tip that I want you to take note. Always identify the stakeholders by making a list of all possible individuals or groups that may influence or be affected by the study. Just make a foresight, or foresee those groups or individuals that could possibly be targeted, whether it is direct or indirect, as stakeholders of the study. Another tip is to define beneficiaries of the study by identifying the ones who will be positively affected by the research through various means such as gains, improvements, or developments. Now, with this discussion, I would like to wrap up our lecture. The section on the significance of the research justifies why the study is being conducted. Stakeholders are individuals or groups that are negatively or positively affected by the research. Benefits of the research are the positive impacts of the research to individuals or groups, while beneficiaries of the research are the receivers of the positive impacts of the research. Now, here is a graph to best illustrate our discussion. The benefits of the research is encompassed by the significance of the research, same as the stakeholders and the beneficiaries. So when we talk about benefits of the research and beneficiaries of the research or the stakeholders, we always rely on the significance of our research. Now, if there was any interesting thought that is unclear to your mind, make sure to write it down so that we can discuss them during our lectures online. Thank you so much for watching this video. Keep safe and God bless.